Time to fly, time to fly. Never give up, we won't retreat. The ones who stand up.
Hello friends, and welcome again to another Street Fighter Duel video.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we have a new character that dropped and it's super free to play. It's a Wind Faction character, which is a support. It's another Sakura. And her name is... Let me check the gallery because I didn't summon her. We will try to get her right now, and with the way that optimal. Nishiki Sakura. Okay, she's a support character from the Wind type, and she's a tech unit. It means she has a little bit of crit rate and crit damage. It means she can deal a little bit of damage, and she does a little bit of damage. We'll be talking about that soon, but first of all, let us go and pop all of these, and hopefully we can get one copy of her. So I have 11. Hopefully I'm gonna get one of her. So here we go, and we did get her. Absolutely fantastic. Hopefully we can get 2 or 3 characters or some more copies of her. She looks fantastic. I love her design. I love her art. Absolutely phenomenal. And how many did we get? We got only one. Oh my god, the 11, I got only one character of her. Let's pop these. Maybe we're gonna get something super, and we got nothing. Okay, game. So Nishiki Sakura, let's talk about her. She's a support, she's a wind, and she's a tech unit. Absolutely fantastic. Now there's downfalls for her. I thought that she would be the Rose killer. She would be the better version of Rose. Yes, the Divination Rose that we have her. The Rose, the Master Rose, not Diviner Rose. And I thought that she will be a better buffer and a healer as well. Her heals are not as big as I thought. Sometimes Summer Yang does the same amount of heals, maybe outshine her. And still Elena, Rufus, Diviner Rose deal more heal than her. Summer Elena does more heal than her. Not the healing that I want to talk about. It's the continuation of her buffing. And we're gonna see something that is really sad on her skills. And I'll be talking about that in the end of the video. So first of all, let's talk about her passive. And she has something called Bloom. Let's read what Bloom is. So Bloom, each stack increases damage bonus by 3% for 2.5 seconds. Stacks up to 20 times. Now 2.5 seconds seems low, but this will increase to 6 seconds. We'll talk about that later. So let's talk about her passive. Whenever this fighter gains Bloom, increase the healing rate by 2% and damage reduction by 1% for 6 seconds. Stacks up 20 times, which is absolutely fantastic. She's a direct counter for all these damage reduction units, but it needs time to ramp up. You need to keep triggering her super. You need to click her super. We'll talk about that soon. So whenever this fighter gains Bloom until the level 4, whenever this fighter gains Bloom, increase their healing rate by 5% and damage reduction by 2.5. So at level 2 it's lower numbers. At level 3 it increases, and at level 4 this is what it hits, which is okay and decent. So let's read her super and why I was talking about her super. So summon a Sakura Spring above this fighter. This fighter, it means herself, lasting 20 seconds. Every 2 seconds, the Sakura Spring grants one Bloom, one stack of Bloom, to the friendly fighter below it. So for her. So you need to click her super and it will give her a Bloom, and it's for 20 seconds, but every 2 seconds it will give her one Bloom. It will mean it will stack up more and more on top of her. So if Sakura Spring already exists, it grants 8 Bloom to all friendly fighters instead. So they will get this Bloom, and it will be for 6 seconds. We're gonna talk about why 6 seconds. Upon summoning the Sakura Spring, it grants 3 Bloom to all friendly fighters. So when she click the super, she will get the Spring under her, but she will give the Bloom for every fighter 3 times. If a Sakura Spring already exists, grant 10 Bloom to all fighters that are there. So on top of the 3 that they get, if you click her super again, they're gonna get 10 stacks. And remember, this is 13 stacks, stacks up to 20. Okay, her C2. As you see here, her C2 does not have any Bloom. So using her C2 will not give you Bloom. This is why I thought before I went and I read the Bloom effect, and I thought if her C2 gives Bloom as well to the team, you can use her C2 to get infinitely 20 stacks of Bloom. But this is not the case, sadly. So summons a rain of Sakura petals around the fighter, lasting 20 seconds. Every 2 seconds, the Sakura rain recovers HP that is equal to 20% of Nishiki Sakura's attack to friendly fighters in an area. And it also deals damage that is equal to 20% of attack to enemy fighters in an area. 20% of her attack she deals in an area to them. Now this is remind me of different heroes from different games, and she does this on the floor, just like what Fire Aidon does. He does the firewall and it deals damage, but she deals it with the petal, with the Rain of Sakura, which sounds on paper great, but it's not actually. If a Sakura Rain already exists, all friendly fighters will immediately recover HP equal to 180% of Nishiki Sakura's attack instead of what? Instead of the overtime healing, they will immediately heal fully. That's great. Every 2 seconds, the Sakura Rain recovers HP. It will grow in numbers, and at level 3, if Sakura Rain already exists, all friendly fighters will recover 220% of her attack instead of as HP. Her C3. Now we read Bloom here. Let me explain for that. Charge and unleash a Hadouken. Upon hitting an enemy, the Hadouken deals damage that is equal to 375% of attack to targets in an area, and it's an AoE. For every 4 Bloom, this fire has when unleashing this skill, their attack will increase for 6% for the duration of the skill. So she will increase the damage for every 4 stacks. It means when you get it on 20, it will be multiplied by 5, which is really good. Increases the damage for 431 of attack. For every 4 Bloom, this fighter attack will increase by 8%, which is good. 8 by 5, that's how you go about it. I think this is okay, but the problem is she doesn't accumulate stacks. So she doesn't give you Bloom on her C3 or her C2, only on her super, so you need to press her super to keep generating stacks of Bloom, or they will deplete by the end of the fight or by the end of your rotation. Let's read her fighting spirit, maybe this will give it. So increase the duration of the fight of the Bloom for 4 seconds. Now she has decent HP, decent attack, not the best. She has okay defense bonus and recovery rate 3.5%. This is for healers mainly. So the duration goes for 4 seconds. We're gonna read more and more. When the assisted fighter is deployed on the starting team, not in tag position, increase their healing rate by 12% and damage reduction by 6% until the end of the battle. Now, what is good with this? This is good with somebody like Abel or Suit Abel or Honda or Zangief, the people that heals and they depend on themselves and they are on the main lineup. If you use her on somebody like Elena and Elena is in the tag position, this effect will not apply, so keep that in mind. Plus 10, whenever Sakura Rain heals a target, it also increases the target's damage reduction by 15% for 8 seconds. So it's a little bit of a defensive mechanism against these units that hit you hard and deals damage reduction, such as Rich Honda, which is mediocre. I mean, 15% for 8 seconds, which is not that good. I mean, if they make it 15 seconds and the damage reduction is up to 25%, this will allow you to actually survive a little bit. But this absolutely does nothing, and we know that Rich Honda, stack by stack, he gets you to the negative part. So it starts with, he gets the 60% and then he gets the 40% and then he gets another 20% that will put you at 120%. That's minus 20%. So what does the 15% will do? Get you at minus 5. You're still gonna take a lot of damage. So at plus 20, increases the duration of Bloom to 6 seconds. This is where you want to get her if you want to use her, if she's a main lineup. Now the perfect team that she works with is with Guile. Yes, with Guile. You start with her, you use the C1 of somebody else, you use the C2 of her if you want, or anybody like Zangief if he's on the lineup, if he's your B Zangief, so you can do the stuns, and you can use the C3 of Guile, and she will be buffing Guile and he will get the Blooms. This is the most consistent team that I saw and I tried actually. So a plus 30 greatly expands Sakura's Rain area of effect and increases damage rate by 50%, which is okay actually, and she will deal even more damage, but her damage is lackluster. Again, her damage with the Sakura Rain is not that much, so keep that in mind. Her cars, let's read them. 3 out of 3, gain 10 Bloom upon unleashing Blossom Hadouken, which is the C3. So the C3 now, so you need to get her to triple S with the C3. If you use her C3, which you're not prioritizing a carry anymore, you're starting with her super and ending with her C3, it means you need somebody to deal massive damage with their C2. And this is where you want to build her or go with her. Again, she's not a carry. So she will gain 10 Bloom upon unleashing Blossom Hadouken. So you can use her on a team with Akuma now, that he can start with his super, his C2, and she can use her C3, give him 10 Bloom, and get rinse and repeat upon that. But we still have a better team with Akuma, having him with combo meter, with crit rate and crit damage, with Chun-Li. We'll talk about that later. We need to test her even more, but so far she's a niche hero. She's not that much, but hey, she's free to play. You can summon for her regularly and build her slowly so you can get her to triple S. 6 out of 6. When Blossom Hadouken hits an enemy, which is her C3, all friendly fighters will recover HP equal to 186% of attack, trigger interval 5 seconds. So every 5 seconds you can hit her, you can use her C3, she will give you Bloom, plus she will heal you. So her super is no more needed, her C2 is no more needed, and this is where you need to use her. So she's a pretty solid unit used with units if you max her and get her 6 out of 6, that is used with them starting their combo with the super and ending with a C2. So she is mainly used with her C3 with units or users that uses super and C2 for their main damage, such as Akuma. I'm saying Akuma as an example because he's a super C2 user. So that's in general overall her kit. This is how she plays. I tried her, I finished her event here, I think it's this one. I went and played, and yeah, she didn't deal the most healing, she didn't deal so much damage. Her damage with her petal that is on the field is not that much impactful, and it doesn't show in the numbers that she deals a lot of damage. Even that I prioritized to use her super and C2 or super and C3. I wish that her C2 gives Blossom so we can use only her C2, and yeah, that was it for the video.
If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, we thank you for watching. And as always, stay frosty. Peace.
Time to fight, time to fight.